Shalom, shalom, it's Rabbi Moshe Rudner. The civilized part of the world, by which I mean the non-tribal part of the world, excluding hermits, excluding those who were still living in the Neolithic until recently, what we call civilized, which we generally mean as a compliment, but is not necessarily a compliment. The civilized part of the world has been living under a curse for thousands of years. The curse of nakedness. The curse which is metaphorically put into the Adam and Eve story in the very beginning. The curse which is predicated upon people taking advantage of each other. The curse which is predicated on the belief that life is not necessarily good, that the world is not necessarily good, and that other people are more dangerous than they are friendly. That curse of nearly 6,000 years, it's time that it come to a close. It's inaccurate. The world is actually not very dangerous. The world is actually magnificent. And people are creatures who respond to the social and physical environment that we currently have. If that environment rewards negative behavior, the kind of behavior that's hurtful towards other people, then those people will rise. You see that all the time in the world. But where the environment rewards those who are helpful, those who are kind, those who are peaceful, those who are happy, then you see more of that in the world. All of the cultural wars that are currently ongoing are predicated upon this misnomer regarding what the world is, what life is, and what other people are. Let me explain with an example. The abortion debate in America. Let me be very clear. Very, very, very few people do not desire to replicate themselves. Very, very few people do not want to have a baby. At the same time, very, very few people want to suffer through the incredible amount of difficulty that comes from raising a child on your own or with a spouse if you are not extremely wealthy in the modern world. And therefore we have fights over abortion. The actual matter of the fact, what the Torah, the 5 books of Moses, Jewish writ, it says that we're all responsible for each other. There's a law there that if a hollow, meaning a corpse, something that was once holy because it was once a human being but now is not, a hollow is found out in the field, then all the people from all the surrounding cities have to gather and they have to measure precisely towards which city this hollow was closest. This corpse, whose responsibility is it that this person died? It doesn't mention if it's a man or a woman, a Jew or a non-Jew, it doesn't matter. This individual, this holy being was found dead on its own. In other words, it was preventable. And everybody is responsible. I have a video about it that I'll post here on the upper right-hand side, and you can see the level of responsibility that the Torah assumes a happy society will have for each individual, one for all and all for one. It's a very pleasant society. It's not the paranoid society that we have today. This is a curse that the former orthodoxy, the orthodoxy until this point, has foisted upon us. This is a curse that the past elite has foisted upon us. It's wrong. It's bad. It's bad for nearly everybody. And it's time that we overturn it. So on the matter of abortion specifically then, the actual human right that you have as an individual who was born here is not just to be kept alive, to the point that God gave you fists and God gave you easy access to all the other kinds of destruction. If you don't have the basic means available at your survival, you have that available to demand it of those who have a surplus. That's built into nature. And they are always, until this very date, they are still as vulnerable with their squishy bodies just as much as you are vulnerable. We are all in this together. We are all made in the, so to speak, image of God. We are all, lowercase g, gods on earth. And when it comes, therefore, to staying alive, not only do you have a personal right, a personal demand by your own person to live, to be taken care of in your basic necessities, and also to take care of others' basic necessities. But also, all of us together have a society, but also, oh, hi, I'm just making a video.
hotel Aquabloom?
Yeah. No, I'm a hotel over there.
Okay.
I'm just walking.
Yes.
Is it okay?
Yes, okay. No.
All right. Nice to meet you. My name is Musa.
Yes, my name is Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Like the boxer.
No. Security.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice to meet you, Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Allah ma'ak. So I was saying, as you can see, people are cool. People are cool. If you don't want anything from them, if you're not trying to get one over on them, they're not trying to get one over on you. In any case, what I was saying is that your rights extend not just to being fed and not just to having your health taken care of, but also to reproducing. We have this conception, especially in the West, that the world has been getting better and better. It's not really a popular conception, it's just what's taught in all the schools and all the media for very obvious reasons. It's simple propaganda by the ruling class. That's all that it really is. But the actual fact is that in the early 1940s, someone by the name of Ben Hecht, who is the most important thinker and theologian of the past 100 years, but he was canceled by Hollywood because he tried to stop the Holocaust. For real. Not a joke. Anyways, in the early 1940s, he was writing that there's a basic right that everyone has, and that is to have children. You have that right to have children. Now, in the modern world, where having a child will literally mean the end of your life for anyone who is not wealthy or living with some great amount of faith in the system that promotes childbearing, or living in a very caring community or a community that is somewhat hermetically sealed from the outside world and therefore celebrates child rearing. If you're a regular person living in the civilized world, having a child is not just insane. There are many downsides to it, which is the only reason anybody would want an abortion. Otherwise, why would you want an abortion? Sure, there are extreme cases, etc., but in its majority, people love to have babies. Men love to procreate, women love to procreate. Having little people that you can care for and love unconditionally, that look like you and think like you, how much fun is that? But in a world where that's insanely expensive and complicated, and your other option is to have the baby and give it up like a part of your heart being taken care of by somebody else, these are all really bad design flaws. Because they're predicated on the belief that we live in a dog-eat-dog world where you got to take care of yourself or die otherwise. It's a very bad system. And none of us believe that it's necessary. None of us think it's necessary. We all saw during COVID-pocalypse, which I won't get into right now, but during COVID-pocalypse, that the government can easily take care of people for a short period of time. The biblical Jubilee is a demand that every 50 years, all of us not work for a full year. All of us abstain from economic enlargement. There is a reset in society. Everybody gets back what they had lost, and if someone has gained a tremendous amount, they have to give that back. There's a reset for humanity, and it's a social atmosphere. It's a social goal. People meet and talk and enjoy themselves. They engage in introspection, extrospection, and we reset the kind of world that we want to have for the next 50 years because there's a whole new population of adults. That biblical Jubilee, by the way, the 119th out of, if you believe the prophecies, 120, which I'm not saying is the case, but nonetheless, that's what the prophecies have. The 119th Jubilee begins this October 12th. Let's get ready for it. Let's change our paradigm. Let's recognize that life is good, the world is good, and just ignore those who promote and those who repeat the orthodoxy that says otherwise. If you enjoyed this video, please join me on Substack at ydydY.substack.com. That's ydydY.substack.com. And please share this video. Unfortunately, the powers that be are a lot stronger than us as individuals at this moment, but we can easily change that. These are things in this video that everybody knows and everybody believes. We just need the whole world to acknowledge it.